Legendary voice of the Northern Plains, KFYR 550, 99.7, and iHeartRadio.
Managing your eye health is crucial when you're living with diabetes, but keeping up with all the doctor appointments can feel overwhelming. The good news? Vabysmo faricimab SVOA offers a treatment option for those with diabetic macular edema, or DME, that not only improves vision, but also extends the time between treatments, a chance for up to 4 months. With early and consistent use, Vabysmo helps protect your vision and reduce the risk of blindness. So, if you're noticing any changes in your vision, talk to your doctor right away. Vabysmo is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection, active eye swelling, or are allergic to it. Vabysmo could cause eye infection, retinal detachment, temporary increase in eye pressure, an uncommon risk of heart attack or stroke, or severe swelling of blood vessels in the eye. Report changes to vision or eye pain to your retina specialist right away. Don't let DME steal your sight. Ask your doctor about Vabysmo. Visit Vabysmo.com or call 1-833-IGENE for patient assistance programs, cost, and full prescribing information.
Meet Matthew Preston. Inside his apartment, everything he holds dear is protected by Progressive's renter's insurance, like his laptop and a surprisingly valuable collection of baseball bobbleheads. Outside his apartment, his laptop is still protected, as are his bobbleheads, which he carries around with him for reasons no one knows. Renters, the protection aren't just the 4 walls of your home. When you're in Progressive's Protection Zone, get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers.
Here's your AccuWeather forecast. Breezy with a mix of clouds and sun today, the high of 32. Still breezy this evening, otherwise partly cloudy, quite cold, the low down to 11 degrees. Mostly sunny, much colder tomorrow, the high only 22. And clouds and a brightening skies Sunday, much milder, the high jumping up to 44. And mostly cloudy on Monday with the high of 46. Low clouds linger for Tuesday, breezy, the high of 45. With your AccuWeather forecast, I'm meteorologist Jason Caterina.
Bismarck right now, southwest wind at 8, fair sky 29, 8-11. KFYR Radio, your news and weather authority.
I am the god of KFYR, Todd Mitchell.
Todd Mitchell.
So you might not necessarily think that there's any reason MC Hammer and Vince Neil would be people that cross paths on a frequent basis. 2003 on this date, they started the first season of The Surreal Life on the old WB network. 2 years later, Vince Neil would get married at a ceremony officiated by MC Hammer. I don't know if he wore those kind of pants he used to wear in the video, but
you can't touch this.
I just think it's an interesting pairing. Vince Neil and MC Hammer, but you never know.
Music hits me so hard, makes me say, oh my Lord, thank you for blessing me.
8:12. And live from Beulah, Dakota Mornings, Michael Bell after 9, Clay and Buck after 11, the KFYR Cafe and Daryl Lees after 3, and then your Hoops doubleheader tonight. Legacy, Century, pregame at 5:50 here on KFYR 550. Some brand new news from Guns in the 701. Clay's coming up next.
It's a new talk show just for the Dakotas. Dakota Mornings with Michael Bell. Weekdays from 9 till 11 on KFYR 550, 99.7, and iHeartRadio.
Meet Matthew Preston. Inside his apartment, everything he holds dear is protected by Progressive's renter's insurance, like his laptop and a surprisingly valuable collection of baseball bobbleheads. Outside his apartment, his laptop is still protected, as are his bobbleheads, which he carries around with him for reasons no one knows. Renters, the limits of protection aren't just the 4 walls of your home. When you're in Progressive's Protection Zone, get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers.
What time is it? Chumba time. ChumbaCasino.com is the online social casino with over 100 free games. Play anytime, anywhere for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Honey, that flu keeping you up? Did you take NyQuil Intense Flu?
Nah, I got this. Okay, I don't got this.
Yeah, you need NyQuil Intense Flu.
Undo your flu with NyQuil Intense Flu. NyQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms so you can sleep.
You do got this.
NyQuil Intense Flu. The nighttime sniffling, aching fever. Best sleep with the flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Hi. When my doctor said,
You'll like the treatment schedule of Ocrevus, Zunovo, Ocrelizumab, and hyaluronidase OCSQ.
I said, I'm in. Ask about Ocrevus Zunovo and learn more at ocrevus.com.
Ocrevus Zunovo.
The new year brings new health goals and wealth goals. Protecting your identity is an important step. Your info is in endless places that could expose you to identity theft, leading to lost funds. LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Resolve to make identity health and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Metropolitan Ford in Eden Prairie rocks. It's a place to trust with family and friends. Think about this. I've bought or leased 3 cars from them. I put my kids in their rides. They have a low turnover rate with their staff, too. That's important. The general manager, Eric Bjorgard, he's been there 2+ decades, and Metropolitan Ford's culture is that of winning, and that benefits you, the car buying public. Need a ride? MetropolitanFord.com, 494 and 5 in Eden Prairie. Metropolitan Ford is your truck superstore.
Every Olympic dream starts with a first glide. Through Learn to Skate USA, kids build confidence, strength, and joy on the ice. Learn to Skate USA offers programs for skaters of all ages and abilities. Find a program near you at learntosskateusa.com.
What would you do with 3 extra weeks this year? Get 50% off your first 6 months of Gusto payroll and get that time back. Gusto saves you 2 days every month on payroll, taxes, and compliance. So you can go from payroll runs to donut runs, crunching numbers to crushing goals, admin to adventure. Switching now means no need to transfer your payroll history either. Choose a future with Gusto and get more time for what matters. For a limited time, get 50% off your first 6 months at gusto.com/smallbusiness. That's gusto.com/smallbusiness.
Attention parents! Watch your child go from ABCs to confident readers in just 30 days with Hooked on Phonics. It only takes 15 minutes a day to unlock the most important life skill for their future, reading. We transform kids no matter their starting point with fun lessons, catchy songs, and guaranteed results. 1 grade level jump or your money back. Right now, get free access to Hooked on Math and Spelling apps, plus your first month for just $1. Visit hookedonphonics.com today and unleash your child's reading potential.
Does it ever feel like you're a marketing professional just speaking into the void? But with LinkedIn ads, you can know you're reaching the right decision makers, a network of 130 million of them, in fact. You can even target buyers by job title, industry, company, seniority, skills, and did I say job title? See how you can avoid the void and reach the right buyers with LinkedIn ads. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
Every January, the world promises a new you, but resolutions may not stick because we try to fix the outside without ever seeing the inside. Before the lifestyle switch, Prenuvo helps you learn your baseline. Fads fade, facts won't. The Prenuvo whole body scan gives you a comprehensive look at your health, screening for over 500 conditions, including many solid tumors, as early as stage 1. High-quality imaging, no radiation, no contrast. Gain clarity, confidence, and peace of mind with Prenuvo. Visit Prenuvo.com. That's Prenuvo.com.
KFYR 550 at 817, Todd Mitchell, and he's back.
We are, aren't we?
Guns in the 701, and a whole new look.
Yeah, we did a few things, made a few changes. Thought we'd kick the new year off. So, and I encourage everybody, head over to the Guns 701 website, completely redesigned, and I actually hired someone this time. I didn't do it myself. So
well, there you go.
The place we have our hosting, she just did a fantastic job putting that all together. We redid the store. There's a new sweatshirt you can get with a little bit new design. We're going to be adding stuff to that. You can subscribe and support the show without being one of the big sponsors, which we love our sponsors, of course. But yeah, just a lot of different things on that website that you're going to want to go check out. So.
Gunsonthis701.com. You should have the sweatshirt at this time of the year. I mean, come on.
Yeah. I'm heading out to go ice fishing this weekend, and the area I'm going to, it might be cold Saturday the way it looks, more than I'm used to, because I'm a couple hundred miles away from where I'm going. So, but yeah, I guess big thing is let's go ahead, Todd.
Well, I was going to say, do you ever catch any ice or?
Catch any ice?
Ice fishing sounds like you're fishing for ice.
It kind of does, don't it? Should go ice.
Okay, here's what you do. You get somebody in an Immigration's Custom Enforcement uniform, pop them into the lake, ice fishing, and then you pull them out. Look at here.
It's probably what they want to do in Minnesota, isn't it? Isn't that horrible out there?
Oh, I know. How's that for a segue, folks? What goes through your mind as you're seeing these images of not only Minneapolis, but now Portland, two Border Patrol agents there, and it's like, good grief, people.
Well, big failures always seem like they follow Democrats. It's just the reality of life when they do things. You got the failed governor of Walz. He's an anti-gunner, hates the Second Amendment, really I think hates this country, and now he's trying to fight off what's lawfully happening. They sent the agents in there to basically restore order and essentially deport illegals like they should. But let's not forget the bigger issue with the fraud that's been going on with daycare centers, which were not really daycare centers. In fact, that one luring center, as it was misspelled, it permanently
Well, and then they corrected the sign, and then they closed the place.
Then they closed it. It's just...
I bet the sign guy didn't get paid either.
Probably not. Well, they had one guy out there who says, I can't pay my heat bill now. Well, where's all the kids you were taking in? And
yeah, I was going to say, you're not going to get any... Don't be looking for sympathy from this crowd here. Come on now.
Yeah. I mean, we all knew there was issues out there, but wow. So
yeah.
I've been watching some of Mike Lindell's stuff because he's running for governor. And I tell you what, was he handed a gift in all this?
Yeah, no kidding, right?
It's still probably, unfortunately, going to be.
And then watch the national news folks are going to have their hair on fire with him becoming governor.
Oh, yeah.
That's like
that's just going to go crazy.
Their nightmare. I mean,
yeah.
You might actually get the View talking about that. And if that happens, I might have to watch The View, and I swore I never would do that anymore.
Like the old saying, the bad press is not, there's no such thing as bad press.
Right.
it's a gift.
Exactly.
Good or bad, get your name out there. And Mike Lindell, the guy, isn't he like the epitome of the American dream? Someone who can come from the ruins of abuse and addiction, build himself up, find Christ, and build a very valuable business and become a good guy.
And they're still going to demonize the living crap out of him when he gets in, too. That's the sad part.
That's very, very disheartening to even see that because he's speaking truth that he's a Republican. I mean, that's basically what it's about. Yeah. No, so it's going to be interesting. Minnesota, I have a feeling all through the midterms is going to be front and center in the news cycle for a while. So, yeah.
Mike Lindell's got... he's the Midwest version of Donald Trump when it comes to temperament.
He kind of is. And he doesn't back down either.
But he's not necessarily as abrasive as Donald can be. But Donald, I guess I'm just kind of numb to that because it's Brooklyn. I mean, that's what people are like there. It's part of the culture there. Mike Lindell, on the other hand, more of the Midwest kind of culture to his temperament. So it'll be interesting to see how, because the national, the Meet the Press and all that stuff, all of the national shows are going to end up having him on at some point and try to pick him apart and not necessarily make it. So,
yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to pick him apart too easily. I mean, the guy, he has nothing. What do you want to say? He has nothing to hide. His whole life, is out there. There's nothing you really can do a gotcha on. There's nothing he's done that people don't know about already, and it's just another story of redemption. So I don't know how you fight that. The guy has admitted everything in his book, and there isn't probably anybody more transparent than maybe Donald Trump, because we know Donald Trump's background. He don't hide it either.
True.
And if you've ever read any of his books, trust me, it's all in there.
As I said, it's been a very open book life. So, what in the world people can, but that's not going to stop people from getting their hair on fire. It's not going to stop the national guys from going crazy, and it's going to be interesting to watch and see what they. Although CBS is kind of getting a little bit of a razzing from the industry because they're kind of being labeled Fox 2 now.
Oh, yeah, which is crazy.
And yet, half the staff isn't real crazy about doing that, so it's going to be interesting to see. But at the same time, just from a business standpoint, it's like, do you do the same thing that nobody else is watching on other channels because it's the thing? I mean, look how far out in front Fox News Channel in the cable ratings. I mean, why would you not want to chip away at that rather than emulating MS Now, formerly MSNBC, or CNN, neither one of which are drawing viewers? I mean, why emulate that?
With one, and they're strictly one ideology. I mean, those main news networks that really aren't main news anymore, honestly. Their viewership's so horrible that it doesn't even matter.
I mean, you're starting to see Newsmax beat those guys from time to time. And it's like, well, if Newsmax is beating you, then you really probably want to rethink, because, I mean, CNN, and to a lesser extent, well, as MSNBC, now MS Now is a whole new brand, but the brand of CNN goes back decades. It was, essentially the first cable channel, really, or one of them anyway.
Tommy News Network, Clinton News Network. Yeah, we've renamed it. But yeah, it's been around for.
It's not exactly conservative news network, but yeah, I mean, just the brand itself. And back in the day, Headline News Channel was a pretty down the middle, newscast, because it was just reading you the news, or the factual news. It wasn't getting into the opinion stuff.
I've been, when you stream everything, which we do here now, I don't have Dish or any of those kinds of things. So I found a channel, the old Johnny Carson shows. They run them in a loop 24/7, which we all grew up with him, right?
Oh gosh, yes.
I love the fact that he said it. He goes, "Why would I make half my audience mad or turn them away?" So he made fun of everybody.
Exactly.
He did it in good humor. It's actually kind of refreshing to watch that kind of a late night show again once in a while.
Or watch Don Rickles. Talk about somebody who would make fun of everybody.
I just watched an episode where he had him on there. Oh my goodness, that guy. Love him. He's funnier.
Watch him on the Dean Martin roast and stuff. It's like, you couldn't do that today.
No, and they had fun ribbing each other. Nobody got offended. We didn't have the wokeness and everybody's offended at everything and go find your safe space. There was no safe spaces.
Well, it was right. It wasn't ideology versus ideology. He nailed everybody.
And it was in good humor. That's what it was fun. It was funny. It was, quit, just lighten up, Francis. You know what they said in Full Metal Jacket.
One line everybody remembers, and now it's to the point where nobody remembers what movie it came from. But Stripes was a hell of a movie, though. No doubt. Clay Peterson here, 827 Guns to the 701. So, South Dakota Governor Larry Roden's been added to the Governor's Forum at the SHOT Show. It's not little glasses of whiskey, but there might be some of those there.
SHOT Show, nobody's familiar with. That's the Shooting, Hunting, Outdoor, and Trade Show. They hold that in Vegas every year. In fact, it's coming up January 20th through the 23rd, which I'm not going to make it this year, but we're working on something to attend next year, so that might be kind of fun. Maybe we'll be able to broadcast live from there.
There we go.
Yeah, so they invited Governor Larry Roden, which, if you guys haven't heard, I know we covered it once here a while ago, but South Dakota's working on getting rid of any kind of restriction on suppressors if they're manufactured and made right there in South Dakota, which that's going to be interesting because you do have the right to regulate your own in-state commerce. And now with the $200 tax stamp zeroed out, on suppressor sales as a whole, this could be very, very, very interesting to watch. But it's a great. It just shows you that South Dakota's governor right now, he's very Second Amendment minded. He very much supports it, and it's great to see. But yeah, they've invited him now to be to the 5th annual Governor's Forum that they hold at the SHOT Show, and that actually is taking place January 21st, 1 to 2 p.m. their time, at the Venetian Expo. I'm sure a lot of listeners have been to Vegas and know where the Venetian is, but I highly recommend, and you can go to this. It's free to everybody. Go check it out if you're going to SHOT Show, because I'm telling you, you're going to love the lineup up there. You got Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders, Governor Brad Little from Idaho, got Governor Greg Gianforte, I don't even know how to pronounce his name, from Montana. You got Jim Peeland from Nebraska, Nevada, South Dakota, of course, Governor Larry Roden, and then Governor Mark Gordon out of Wyoming. That's a great lineup of pro-Second Amendment people. I mean, most of these governors have made huge efforts to bring. I
assume you're talking about Gianforte?
Gianforte, there you go. See, I just don't do good with names.
It is kind of one of those words that you look at it and you go, oh, no. Yeah. Like if you're a news reader and you come across it and you weren't ready for it and you don't know it, it's like, oh, no.
Yeah, I don't make any apologies for it.
You only got a 15% chance of guessing a name like that and getting it right, but it is Gianforte, so.
I may be a little too Caucasian to be able to pronounce all them names.
Oh, he's Caucasian.
Yeah, but he must have some kind of descent there that I don't understand, right?
Probably. Maybe it's Italian or something.
Maybe. Oh, now I have Vito after me. Anyway.
Yeah, see? Yeah.
The paths we wandered down here.
Don't start offending the mafia. 8:30. No. You talk about people that are gun supporters.
Yeah, I would imagine they support the Second Amendment. They might not do it legally, but
you're not going to find a better supporter of the Second Amendment than the mob.
Great, yeah. I don't think I'll make a T-shirt for that. I don't think that'll do it.
One of my college friends' dad was or is. I have no idea if he's still alive. I'm guessing maybe not by now. In the Chicago mob. So I've never been able to keep track of him. Every once in a while, his wife will reach out to me and just let me know what they're up to. But yeah, you can't find him.
Can't find him.
Like, okay. Wow. So there you have it. 8:31, Clay Peterson, Guns of the 701 with more coming up.
Here's your AccuWeather forecast. Breezy with a mix of clouds and sun today, the high of 32. Breezy this evening, otherwise partly cloudy and quite cold tonight, the low down to 11. Mostly sunny, much colder for Saturday, the high only 22. Then Sunday, it'll be cloudy with the brightening sky as the day progresses. Much warmer, though, with the high jumping up to 44. Mostly cloudy Monday, the high 46. Breezy Tuesday with the high of 45. With your AccuWeather forecast, I'm meteorologist Jason Caterina.
Right now, it's 28.
It's Mitchell in the morning. KFYR 550.
Coming up on the Dakota Farm and Ranch Report presented by Proceed, a dairy webinar series begins on Monday. And move over traditional livestock, the fluffy cow craze has taken over. Details coming up on the Dakota Farm and Ranch Report presented by Proceed.
Hey! What time is it? Chumba time. ChumbaCasino.com is the online social casino with over 100 free games. Play anytime, anywhere for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Binge listen this and all your artist stations, plus any song from our library of millions of songs, all ad-free. Get your free 30-day trial of iHeartRadio All Access. You'll love it. Don't be basic, be extra. Start your free 30-day trial of iHeartRadio All Access now.
KFYR.
Welcome back to the Dakota Farm and Ranch Report presented by Proceed. Going to cool down a little bit for tomorrow in the forecast, but Sunday and into next week, back into the mid-40s. 30s, mid-40s, going to be a nice run of the weather. Well, the 2026 I-29 Moo University Dairy Webinar Series begins on Monday, January 12th from noon until 1 p.m. Central Time. It's a session on milk markets led by Dr. Leonard Poulsen. The webinar features an update on U.S. dairy markets and recent federal milk marketing order reforms, highlighting how current policy and market conditions are influencing milk prices and producer income. Poulsen will break down the ongoing downturn in dairy prices by looking at supply, demand, and trade trends, explaining why the decline is occurring now and how conflicting market signals are shaping price expectations. A Wisconsin native, Polzin grew up in a century-old dairy farm and holds degrees in dairy science, ag business, and ag economics. He has extensive experience in market analysis, risk management, and policy education. The webinar is free, but participants do have to register at least an hour in advance, and you can go to go.istate.edu and find the information there. Well, move over traditional livestock. The fluffy cow craze has officially taken over. In fact, my friend Jim in the Velva area, I saw on Facebook midweek that even he got into it, driven by viral social media needs. Highland cattle and their mini counterparts have transitioned from hardy heritage breeds to high-priced lifestyle icons. My friend Jim says it was his granddaughter's pushing, but I wonder, the demand for that storybook farm aesthetic is driving eye-popping prices too. Last month found this, that one-month-old mini heifer fetched a staggering $24,500. Newer crosses like the High Peak, it's a Highland and White Park mix, are also surging in popularity for their striking markings and wow factor. However, experts warn that cute doesn't mean easy. Beyond the $20,000 plus sticker price, new owners face steep costs for getting their land ready for these animals if they've not had them before, specialized vet care, the horn management, and so forth. Furthermore, the mini trend has sparked concerns regarding a genetic condition linked to dwarfism that requires transparent breeding. While the fluffy is undeniably charming, successful ownership requires moving past the photo op and committing to the long-term realities of cattle ownership. And a reminder to mark your calendars for the marketplace where farmers, ranchers, and agribusiness meet, the Agra International Trade Show at the Bismarck Events Center coming up soon, February 10th and 11th, about a month away at the Events Center. This is the Dakota Farm and Ranch Report presented by Proceed. I'm Shannon.
KFYR, your ag authority.
Binge listen this and all your artist stations, plus any song from our library of millions of songs, all ad-free. Get your free 30-day trial of iHeartRadio All Access. You'll love it. Don't be basic, be extra. Start your free 30-day trial of iHeartRadio All Access now.
Sick of scrolling the same old apps? Have some fun with your downtime on ChumbaCasino.com. Play over 100 free online social casino games for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Everyone said I'd have to pay extra to earn IT certifications. Everyone except WGU. There, I earned a master's in IT with certifications included at no extra cost. Now I'm ready to move ahead in my career.
Fire 550.
Today's breaking news. This happened.
All of the information.
This happened.
This madness.
It's news.
The day's happenings.
We don't know what's going to happen.
Every day.
We'll keep you updated.
The legendary voice of the Northern Plains. KFYR 550, 99.7, and iHeartRadio.
Fox News, I'm Therese Crowley. This time, illegal migrant gang members accused of ramming Border Patrol agents as protest spreads to Portland, Oregon. Fox's Chanley Painter.
According to DHS, the Border Patrol agents were conducting a targeted vehicle stop around 2 p.m. local time yesterday, but when, quote, agents identified themselves to the vehicle occupants, the driver weaponized his vehicle and attempted to run over the law enforcement agent.
Agents fired defensive shots. The migrants fled and erroneously reported to 911 they'd been shot by ICE. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz evoking images of the Civil War, but calling for a day of peaceful protest over the fatal ICE shooting there. President Trump meets oil executives about rebuilding its oil production in Venezuela, and the U.S. added 50,000 jobs in December. The unemployment rate fell more than expected at 4.4%. America's listening to Fox News.
KFYR, your news authority.
She's been thinking about this sleepover all week, but I think about her food allergies all the time. Fortunately, her doctor prescribed LAUER, omalizumab. It's proven to significantly reduce allergic reactions if a food allergy accident happens.
Xolair 150 milligrams is a prescription medication used to treat food allergy in people 1 year of age and older to reduce allergic reactions due to accidental exposure to one or more foods. While taking Xolair, you should continue to avoid all foods to which you are allergic. Don't use if you are allergic to Xolair. Xolair may cause a severe, life-threatening allergic reaction called anaphylaxis. Tell your doctor if you ever had anaphylaxis. Get help right away if you have trouble breathing or if you have swelling of your throat or tongue. Xolair should not be used for the emergency treatment of allergic reactions, including anaphylaxis. Xolair is for maintenance use to reduce allergic reactions, including anaphylaxis, while avoiding food allergens. Serious side effects such as cancer, fever, muscle aches and rash, parasitic infection, or heart and circulation problems have been reported. Please see Xolair.com for full prescribing information. Ask an allergist about Xolair. This is an advertisement for Xolair paid for by Genentech and Novartis.
Protein is now at Starbucks, and it's never tasted so good. Try our all-new caramel protein lattes with up to 31 grams of protein and options with no added sugar. Level up your drink at Starbucks.
iHeartRadio Earth is here with little tips for a healthier planet. A staggering 8 million tons of plastic ends up in the world's oceans every year. If current trends continue, our oceans could contain more plastic than fish by 2050. Do your part. Purchase items made from renewable or recycled content and recycle whenever possible. Brought to you by iHeartRadio Earth and the National Environmental Education Foundation. To find more tips for smarter, sustainable living or to take action in your own community, go to iHeartRadio.com/Earth.
When is the best time to talk to your family about staying in touch during a disaster? When floodwaters reach your door? When wildfires are engulfing the edge of your neighborhood? Or an earthquake is destroying buildings? When a tornado is tearing through town? Or a hurricane strikes? Or is the best time perhaps today? During a disaster, you may not be able to stay in touch with your family or friends as easily as you think. And it's not always as simple as using your cell phone. That's why now is the time to take action. Go to ready.gov/communicate and make your emergency plan today. Don't wait. Communicate. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Here's your AccuWeather forecast. Breezy with a mix of clouds and sun today, the high of 32. Breezy this evening, otherwise partly cloudy and quite cold tonight, the low down to 11. Mostly sunny, much colder for Saturday, the high only 22. Then Sunday, it'll be cloudy with the brightening sky as the day progresses. Much warmer, though, with the high jumping up to 44. Mostly cloudy Monday, the high 46. Breezy Tuesday with the high of 45. With your AccuWeather forecast, I'm meteorologist Jason Caterina.
8:42 and 29 in Bismarck and KFYR. Clay Peterson's here, Guns in the 701 on KFYR 550. Are all colleges gun-free zones?
Well, not all of them, but most of them are, it kind of looks like. And this deal here, I was kind of looking around for something different. Well, we found some of the supposedly conservative, maybe Christian, even, private college and institutions. And guess what we found? They got the same junk that some of the public
of course, because you got some of the same people that are still teachers there. I mean, not every teacher's going to be, it's academia. Academia is academia, so.
Well, when I looked at some of these, I might not mention them all here because we might not have time, but when I started really looking into this, I found out that some of these colleges that are supposedly conservative Christian and private, they still can take federal grants. Well, when they do that, they're made to actually implement some of this stuff if they want the money. I mean, everyone thinks, free government money. Nothing's free. I remember my government teacher telling me, there's always strings attached to federal money. It's not free. They want something from you. Well, that's pretty much everywhere, right? Nothing is free, anybody. Well, it's no different here. So Auburn University down there in Alabama. So they serve about 35,000 students. And here's what they got. In order to maintain a safe academic environment, the possession or use of dangerous or potentially dangerous weapons on all university properties is banned with limited exceptions. So that's right there on their student policy page. And of course, the exclusions are always law enforcement, so that's great, but most of the time that's not going to do you much good in those split-second decisions. I've never understood why colleges are so afraid, especially people. They always tell us, if you're going to carry concealed, you need to have a concealed carry permit. Well, we got constitutional carry now, so that was a farce. It wasn't the Wild West after we got rid of those regulations. Same here. But they keep telling us we got to have all this training to be safe. Well, you get all the training, and then they say, oh, sorry, that's not good enough. We still don't trust you. And then they have a dangerous weapons and firearm policy there. Prohibits the possession and use of any dangerous or potential dangerous weapon, including firearm, shotgun, rifle, pistol, revolver, or other shouldered gun, including ammunition. Also prohibits stun guns and tasers. So they literally want to strip their students of any way of self-defense, unless it's, I guess you go take a karate class, maybe then they'll probably ban your hands or feet. So, it's crazy. They want to make you and train you that they're the only ones who can protect you.
You can't lift your foot over your waistline, because otherwise it's a weapon then at that point.
I'll give a big high kick. Yeah,
exactly.
So, that's it. And then here's the one that surprised me. So Brigham Young University, and I'm sure everybody knows it, that's the Mormon church's, basically their university in Provo. They got 33 students. They also prohibit firearms. I mean, it says here they got a strict policy, and it prohibits all firearms, all weapons, concealed or not concealed, with or without a concealed weapon permit on property owned or controlled by the university. You can get specific permission from the managing director for an exemption, I guess, but it'd be pretty tough to get one from what I understand. Here was what was interesting. Even though Idaho's got pretty good firearms laws, especially within their campuses, they have prohibited in their university because they own it, and they took advantage of the state law that says, well, private entity can do what they want, and they can, and that holds true here in North Dakota. If you're a private business, and I guess you don't like having business anymore, we've seen some do mistakes on Facebook. Go ahead and ban guns, see what that does for you, because a lot of people won't shop there. So, same here. I wouldn't go there, just because of it. And there's really no exceptions. Law enforcement officers, security officers, things like that. But when you look at their actual policy, they also, which wasn't mentioned in this article, they include knives. You're not even supposed to have a pocket knife. Well, good luck enforcing that. Yeah.
You have to put your butter on your toast with a spork.
I guess. Spork. Plastic.
We can trust you with a spork. That's as far as we go.
Yeah.
Because you can't stab anybody. It's just going to break anyway then if you try a spork.
You have to use my titanium defense pen that I have.
Nope. We're going to outlaw those too. 847 at KFYR. Clay Peterson, Guns of the 701. And so gun-free zones, have those ever worked? I mean, does anybody with a gun ever walk up and go, oh, okay, and then walk away?
No. Gun-free zones are not, I call them victim zones because, that's what they are. Plain and simple.
It's like putting kick me signs on everybody's backs. I mean, or shoot me, I guess, in this case. I mean, it's like you're just advertising that, hey, guess what? Nobody in here is going to have a gun to defend themselves. Come on in and do your thing. Why would you do that?
Well, I get a kick out of it, and John Lott did a bunch of this with his organization. When they'd ask the criminals who were incarcerated, from being caught from use of firearms, they'd ask them a question, well, why'd you pick this spot? Their number one answer is, well, there's no firearms allowed there, no resistance, no threat, really. And it takes forever for cops to get there, which they don't.
All the more reason to have guns because you're waiting for law enforcement.
Right. And law enforcement reaction times are fairly decent as a whole, but you don't realize it takes seconds, not minutes, for these events to take place. So, yes, there is no physical way, unless they're on premise, and even then, you're going to have a because take a mall. Take just Kirkwood Mall. So you maybe got one or two guys in there. Something happens on one end or the other. It's going to take you a while to get there, ain't it? The event could be over by that time, especially if you got a delusional person who's intent on causing problems. And that's why it's so important, because if you're carrying it and that happens to you right there, you have seconds to make the decision and protect yourself. It's just the best line of defense you could have. It's just that simple. And creating a gun-free zone is just creating a victim zone, really, in my opinion. Now, I did like what Texas A&M University. Now, let's remember, Texas is pretty good, right? Their gun laws are very much in favor of the Second Amendment. Well, they've had a campus carry law on the books since 2016. And I mean, all it says is that license holder may carry a concealed handgun on the campus of Texas A&M University or in a university vehicle, unless prohibited by a state or federal law. They don't allow open carry, but you can go ahead and carry there, especially if you have a concealed carry permit. So that's pretty straightforward, isn't it?
Yeah. Interesting.
Of course, University of Wyoming, Wyoming was the first state to not have concealed carry permits. You could just have at it, open carry, whatever. They were fine as long as you were not illegally barred from possessing or taking a firearm.
As long as you're not cleaning your gun on your desk during class.
Well, it's probably legal, but no. Anyway, and then, of course, we talked about they got this $1 million grant for Second Amendment education, but they went and followed the bill that Wyoming had passed, which was House Bill 172 that I know we talked about, repeal of Gun-Free Zones Act, which was a great one. And it basically allows people with a concealed carry permit to carry on all the campuses, pretty much. I mean, there are some things that they were able to regulate. Some of them resisted. For the most part, you can carry in Wyoming on campuses. You want to check the university or college's rules. They have them, but they can't bar you from doing it. They might have conditions, but they can't bar you from doing it. And to me, that's just good news for everybody, because that's probably the safest campus to go to down there in Wyoming.
851 in KFYR, and on a happier note...
Yeah, this is a new twist on the Happy Ending Chronicle, but I had to do it. This comes out of Kansas, Alma, Kansas. So a vehicle got stolen. According to the sheriff's office, it began when a stolen vehicle was spotted traveling on I-70. It took off. That always works, don't it? But just, go faster. You'll outrun them, I guess. It crashed, which seems to always be the case. Then the pursuit, as the sheriff's office described, an ambitious but poorly executed attempt to escape the long arm of the law. The suspect fled on foot and then tried hiding in a cow pond, which, the department said, classic maneuver of, I'll just run into the countryside and see what happens, followed quickly by tons of cops everywhere all at once. And that's why it's brilliant, right? Dumb crook of the day type stuff. They continued in their press release. Sheriff's Office says, was quickly met by Kansas State troopers and Alma City Marshal Mike Baker in a scuba suit, along with deputies of the Wabasne County Sheriff's Office. Then they later clarified that, okay, so Marshal Mike wasn't wearing a scuba suit, but that would have been totally rad. That's what they said. I was like, oh my goodness, they're just having fun with it. Then he had an armed local homeowner, a guy by the name of Anthony Make. He was praised by the office for his readiness and resolve. And in the department's words, he stepped up to protect his property armed with a superior sick boomstick. Hey, trespassing in rural Kansas is not recommended, and we love the Second Amendment here in the county. Thank you, Mr. Make. Oh, I've never heard anybody but maybe me and Jamie calling them boomsticks or freedom rods. A sick boomstick. I was like, you gotta love. This is how a sheriff's department should be. They should support their residents, the people they're protecting. They should never, ever take the other side other than of their residents. And that is their job, to serve and protect. That is the sheriff's job, and be that barrier. And then have some fun with it. Be a person. And this is a great example. We do have them out there in North and South Dakota. I've met them, but I just thought, you know what? Here's a great happy ending. He had a bad guy. He's 26 years old, stole someone's private property, but then gave a shining example of, if you run, you're just going to be caught or die very tired. And,
yeah.
That's just a play.
They'll think about that. But
no. So don't do crime.
There you go. Gunswith701.com. Make sure you check out the new redesigned website. Get a sweatshirt so you can keep warm because it's eventually going to get cold.
Yeah, and we don't make a lot off of them, just enough to keep the lights on. So go ahead and order them up because they're pretty cool. I actually ordered one for myself. I didn't put that together. The gal who took care of our website and manages our hosting, she does it. So good for her. Got to give a big shout out to her, Freedom Host USA. And then we have the Coyote Rifle Steel Challenge, January 17th, out at the Wolf Range. That's Lauer Auto Repairs range by the owner of Axel out there. He 11:30 Central. Go ahead and contact one of us or email us guns@gunswith701.com and we'll get you more information. But I'll be seeing you. Maybe I'll be seeing you next week. I'll be on with Michael Bell, Dakota Mornings, right there at the studio at 9 o'clock Central. And then I'm filling in for Daryl Lease on Tuesday in the last hour. My guest is going to be Dusty Backer, and then David Fettig are both going to join me for a couple short segments on Tuesday. So we'll have to tune in for that, guys.
All right. Sounds good, Clay. Have a great weekend. You take care.
You too, Todd. Have a great weekend. God bless you, and we'll see you next week.
All right. Sounds great. Clay Peterson, Guns with the 701. 8:55, just ahead of Dakota Mornings with Michael Bell coming up in just